Hello, everyone. It's Cassandra Williamson. I am coming to you from Mudlick Road. Yeah, way up in Mudlick Road, almost near the end of the pavement. And there's only about four houses above us. One, two, three, four, maybe four houses above us. And then it turns into, well, a trail that you need a four-wheel drive to get on for the next mile after that. No one lives above that in that area, but beautiful country up in there, though. And Yeah, this is really a beautiful place too. What I'm waiting on is just to try to catch all the fall foliage when it changes colors, because that is such a phenomenal thing to see when it starts coming down the mountains. There's all the oranges, different colors, and all of that. It's really pretty. It's just amazing, actually, to see how all that work. So it's been a fascinating day. I'm a little bit tired. The alarm went off this morning around 5-ish, I guess, in my room. I've got a little healthcare monitor alarm thing back here, and it said basically it was that my brother had discovered our mom on the floor in her bedroom on a rug in the floor, and we don't know exactly how long she had been there, but I do know that I had to take the rug out and just get rid of it because it was pretty badly wet, so wasn't worth saving. So I do all that, get her cleaned up, change clothes and everything like that, and then go to the living room, check her vitals, and all the vitals were good though. I mean, it was really, really pretty good, and you know, I mean, her blood sugar was right, like I mean, everything was really good. It was really good, and so I wasn't worried about all of her vitals. It's just she couldn't remember how she got into on the floor, exactly the scenario and all of that of how that happened, but I suspect if she tried to get up and go to the bathroom or get up and do something, and then just slipped off the bed, kind of slid off the bed and onto the carpet, onto the rug by her bed, and she was unable to get back up. And I noticed she'd been there for quite some time because there were some three pretty sizable wet spots on it, and so got all that taken care of. And made sure she had some hydration, got her some water and everything that she needed to be all right. And didn't want to give her medicine; it was too early for that. So she went back to bed and got up around 8:30, probably 8:30, somewhere around there. But anyway, so then checked her vitals again, got all of her medicine, everything worked out for her, and I mean she's up. And then in that period of time, she soiled the bed, so I've got all the bed clothes now in the laundry, and that's the day in the life of a trans terrorist training camp coordinator up here on Mudlick Road. Okay, way up in here. If anybody does decide to come up and they want to find out what it is, what this American trans terrorist thing's all about, well, you'll have a really rude awakening. It has to do with a lot of things that all families go through at some stage in their lives of that family, the life of that family, and so that's where we are at this point. We're just kind of taking care of mom, brother, and sister, and I've been there for my sister and brother can take care of themselves pretty much to a large extent. Sister can't get around real well except without a wheelchair. Brother has to have oxygen. He's got severe POD like crazy, and it's just very worrisome, very worrisome. And so worry about all of that, and then he's not able to do much to help mom. And I know he wants to, and I know he's been around all this far longer than I have. He's got a lot more knowledge and experience on it all than I do, and so, um, but he's at the place where he just struggles to breathe and got no energy to keep going. Has to have oxygen all the time. Now it seems like, I go just a little while without it, having to sit down and start over. Sister Irma is just another story altogether. She hurts in her chest a lot, but it's probably from some kind of esophageal spasms that take place as a result of a hiatal hernia that's in the esophagus down near the top of the stomach, of some kind of an opening in her esophagus in there. And anytime there's any kind of acid that comes up into it, it is painful for her, extremely painful for her. And I know that. I know what that's like. I'm trying to regulate all the medicines for Irma and mom. I don't worry about my brothers very much about all that, but try to regulate everything. And mom, we've been able to, control the blood pressure pretty good. Her blood pressure. I mean, I'm only concerned if blood pressure goes to certain levels, and then I mean, then I give her blood pressure medicine to kind of bring it down. I don't want to give it too often that drives it all the way down. It happened one time. She passed out several days ago, and um, that was while I was giving her a shower and stuff, and then drying her hair afterward, and she passed out in the chair while I was drying her hair, and that's a difficult thing. So that's a lot of what I've been dealing with here for at the terrorist training camp on Mudlick Road, and so so you have to watch out, be really careful though, because we really know how to fix some beans and pinto beans or soup beans and cornbread. I'm trying to decide what to fix for supper tonight for mom. She hasn't been eating real well either. I mean, she didn't want anything to eat this morning, um, so I ended up fixing a grilled cheese sandwich, which she didn't want. I had a bowl of cereal that I was eating, and she didn't want any cereal. So I ended up giving her one of her chocolate nutritional drinks. Um, so trying to keep an eye on all of that kind of thing, and making sure that she's getting the nutrients that she needs and the vitamins that she needs and everything. And I mean, it's a labor of love, basically, is what it amounts to, because we know where everything's headed. We know where it's all going. She's 86. She's the oldest. She's older than any of her siblings when they passed, and uh, and I know that weighs heavily on her mind a lot. I'm sure she thinks about it frequently, but she's been disconnected from a lot of things. Sometimes she's completely there, coherent and everything, but other times it's not the case. And so, just trying to keep the ball rolling, moving forward, and trying to keep the health up as much as possible for everyone. And then at the same time, making sure that I'm training people how to be trans terrorists around here. Fixing apple stack cakes. I got to take this call. It's the Department of Veterans Affairs. Hold on a second. Hi, can I help you?
Hi, this is Tracy. How are you?
Hi, Tracy. Hey, let me hold on 1 second. I'm going to put my microphone on pause here so that this can't be broadcast to thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice. Okay, everyone. Sorry for that delay. It was a friend of mine who's in extended care at the VA down in Florida. The privacy, or not the privacy, but the patient advocate was calling to let me know that she had spoken to her yesterday, and she's basically given up. She has a birthday coming up on Friday, and she'll turn 80 or 81. I'm not sure which, but yeah, I need to go see her. She's at the end stages of things. She's given up on it all, but she's hanging on for me to come down and visit with her. And so, yeah, a lot going on around here. Anyway, that's a drive down to Florida that I'm going to have to take, but I have to coordinate it all with my family here because I can't just run out. I can't just walk out of the holler. I can't just walk out of Mudlick Holler, Mudlick Road. My obligations are to my family, and and this person is not biological family, but definitely a big part of family and the extended family and chosen family stuff. And she was a combat veteran, served in Vietnam, um, jumped 125 times out of perfectly good airplanes. And she's been in the hospital now for several months after chemotherapy. So I'm not going to give the name or anything like that. Many of you do know who I'm talking about if you've been connected with me in any length of time. Um, Dueling banjos from movie. Yeah. Oh, I got to find it. I've got to find it, Jamie. Yeah, yep, exactly. I did hear a banjo theme song the other day, and I'm going, "Oh, that would be so good." But so let me just close out by doing this. Next week, I've got something coming up. Every day of next week, I'm gonna send out an email about this. This is a coordinated thing, and it says this is top secret. Don't go telling anybody. Mudlick Road Advanced Infiltration and Caregiving Syllabus. We're doing a program starting Monday, and put this thing together. Code name is Operation Heart and Hearth, and I'm putting it all together. And sometime today, I hope to be able to send out an email with all of this in it to everybody. But it's secret though. Don't share it. Wait a minute. That's what I'm doing. So I'll give you a kind of a rough idea here. And there's a lot of things I want to throw in here, and you can kind of jump with me if you wish. But I want to blow it up and then kind of share the page. I want you to see what I'm working on. All right. So let me share this page because this is coming up next week. It's starting next Monday at 7 a.m. from right here at the Advanced Infiltration and Caregiving Symposium on Mudlick Road for trans terrorists. Oh my God, I'm looking forward to this. And Jamie, that deliverance theme song. I do mention to people that, hey, look, if you go off the end of the pavement up in here, don't worry about it. Don't worry if you start seeing hogs and pigs running towards you, and you hear some strange noises, and you start seeing toilets with moons and stars on them, on the doors, an outdoor toilet. Watch out, you're in the holler. Let me share this because I got a lot to do this afternoon too. So here we go. Is it sharing the page? There it is. Okay, so right now, no, don't share this with everybody in the world. Yeah, well, you can if you want. Don't worry too much about it. But anyway, the thing is, it's supposed to be top secret now. We don't want Pam Bondi to hear about it, and we don't want Cash Patel or Dan Bongino or Tom Holman to hear about it because they might come up through here. But if they do come up through you, you make sure you tell them that the only way they come up in Mudlick Road is they got to have We charge a surcharge to come up in here. There's a tariff across the border. We charge a whole hefty pot of pinto beans and maybe even sweet tea. So what you're looking at, this is just one part of it. I got to kind of blend it all together because there's multiple ideas that were all put together here. So the mission statement is this: to subvert extremist narratives by developing overwhelming acts of kindness, competence, and humor in a contested domestic environment. Operatives will be trained in culinary psyops, logistical support, and strategic patience. Thanks a lot. Monday, you got all these things for Monday, and let's go down through for Tuesday. Oh, this is the funny part. No, it's not on this one. Let's go on down because I had an adaptation made to this. That's version two. Oh, wait a minute. Let me stop on version 2. Nope, nope, nope. No, got to do. See, part of this is like on Tuesday. These are the things I'm looking at for Tuesday. Okay, 7 to 8:30, execute standard morning protocols. 11, OxyClean shock and awe laundry assault. That's going on every day. That's going on today right now. Then the live stream with me at noon, and then Irma's Burger, a 1 hour training session on interpreting nonverbal cues to create a perfect custom meal. I love that right there. This whole plan and stuff, I used AI to help put it all together. I gave it the cues, I gave it the things that I wanted to do, and it put together this thing for me. And I go in and make tweaks here and there, and it works. I'm going to tell you something. If you're not using AI to make your planning, to make your stuff, to think about things, or to even write stuff, but you have to check it. You have to make sure it comes across in the correct way, and you got to verify things and all that. But it's a huge, huge help, folks. If you're not using it, you're falling behind. And if you're not using it next week, you're falling behind like, I don't know, light years. So it came. I told it what I wanted to do with my Irma's Burger thing, fix a meal for Irma's Burger, and then it put in the rest. A 1 hour training on interpreting nonverbal cues to create a perfect custom meal. It had access to all the other projects I've been working on and everything. It knows all about the day in the life of stuff. I mean, it's all of that is accessible because I have a pro version of this AI system. And so it's got all of that stuff in its history, in the history and associating with me. So it pulls on all of that and puts together these things. The 1 hour training on interpreting nonverbal cues to create a perfect custom meal. I love that. And there's, let me see, this is next week. Let me see. Let me do Thursday real quick. Let's take a look at this. Abbreviated morning protocol, depart for Huntington, because on Thursday I've got to be in Huntington. I told it my calendar and stuff, so I got to commence a 2 hour strategic redeployment. AI helped me put this stuff, and it's so freaking funny. It's awesome. Okay, yeah, I see. 1300 to 1400 medical appointment, medical escort with go to Irma's doctor. Return to base. Oh, let me see. Let's go on down to another day. Let's pick a different program down, dude. Okay, so this is towards the end of it. How I'm going to blend it all together and make this all work. But after careful consideration, official designation for this week-long training event will be Directive 81, the Appalachian Trans Terror Summit. Okay, diplomatic engagement protocol. We will incorporate a new module for handling official visitors. I told you what I wanted to do, such as agents from FBI, Department of Homeland Security, or curious elected officials. This will be a standing event on the schedule for the weekend. All right, Mudlick Road Advanced Infiltration Caregiving Syllabus version 4. Monday, we got all of that, but this is the thing. Let me see. Right here's this. I didn't do this. I suggested I wanted something in there, and the AI put it on one day. Whenever they did it, I go, so on 1700, 5 o'clock Eastern, daily psyop, psychological warfare simulation, mandatory viewing of Fox News. Objective: practice strategic silence and internal eye rolling. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I just had so much fun reading through all this stuff. You give it the plan. I've been working with the system for a long time now, and it takes what I want to do and turns it into this. And I'm like, this is fantastic, folks. Fantastic. So I put that on every day. I said, psychological warfare simulation 1700. Wednesday, let me see, go down through, depart for Huntington appointment on Thursday. Now, all these things, I'm going to send this out in an email blast to everyone. And then Saturday, let me see, you did the daily PSYOP thing over on Friday. But Saturday, we have a culinary gambit and diplomatic engagement time. 8 a.m. relaxed morning protocols, which may be, I don't know, like Jamie said down here, banjos on the porch. It looks like it's a Cracker Barrel type porch. There's rocking chairs out on the front. It really is. Special ops, diplomatic engagement protocol, host official delegations on the porch. Session includes rocking chair negotiations, tactical appreciation of tributes or visitors' gifts, and strategic discussions on fall foliage. Campfire interrogations. Oh my God, advanced session involving administration of truth serums like sweet tea, the enhanced interrogation techniques, roasted marshmallows. Trainees will practice deploying the Class A Southern PSYOP. Bless your little heart. So this is coming out here sometime today or tomorrow. I'm not sure which yet. I've got to figure out also how to go down to Lake City, Florida, and try to be there for my friend who's in her who's last days of her life. Really, basically, that's what it amounts to. And so going there for that. Got to figure out how to do it. But since I'm the oldest and I'm retired, oldest of six, I have to coordinate with my siblings to see other siblings, not the ones in this house, to see if we can make sure that mom and those others are taken care of while I'm gone for probably 2 days. I have to be quick and fast and in and out about it. But I would go down to Tuscaloosa where I have two daughters and two grandchildren and two in-laws. Yeah, yeah, sons-in-laws down there. And so I've got to coordinate all that and get it all done before this top secret Mudlick Road advanced infiltration and caregiving program starts next Monday. So I'm going to be worn out. I'm worn out today. It's been a challenging day, and I've still got to go do some strategic um, gathering of supplies and merchandise. It's a material reconnaissance. Oh, I love it. I love what I'm doing here, and I love it so much. And I'm so glad that people are actually enjoying it. And if you haven't read the Washington Post article, you should. There are lots of comments over there. It came out Sunday morning. It was this past Sunday morning. And Casey Parks did a really fantastic job putting it all together. She made me look really, really good. And it's gained a lot of comments and support. Last time I checked, there was 860 some comments. And then she sent me a note saying that the WPATH had also commented affirmatively somewhere to them. I looked for it but didn't see it. So I don't know, but there's been a lot of support. There's been a very few people who are actually badgering and disrespectful, but that's all right. I have no problem with that. I've got no problem with people having their own opinions and their views. None whatsoever. You do what you do, and I'll defend your right to do you every day of every week, all year long. The challenge we'll have, though, is when you come and try to get in my face and demand that I accept your view, and likewise from me. I'm not going to place demands on you about me. So with that, hey, let's go ahead and call it a day and come back at 6 this evening, and we'll go through this top secret stuff a little bit better, and maybe I'll hear from my friend down in Florida too. So let me go over here and check out Sneaky Pete. Oh yeah, don't forget about Sneaky Pete. Oh my God, Sneaky Pete, Jamie. I'm going to tell you something. I have never been so embarrassed by someone who is leading our military than what happened down there at Quantico. It's really just disgusting. I've got friends and classmates and people who who graduated from college with me at Annapolis, combat pilots, Marines, and Navy, who went through the exact same strenuous requirements and standards required of everyone and did it well and succeeded at it and became the best at it. But this man down here, he has a problem with women. Oh, don't get me on Pete. When I did read. If you haven't read War on Warriors, you probably shouldn't. I was going to suggest you should, but you can if you want to. But when you do read it, make sure that you try to find a way to re-engage with your sophomoric side from high school or college, maybe, because it is written on that level. It is written at that level. I mean, it is horrendous. And he's all opposed to diversity. And let me tell you, I'm gonna say this for anyone who might be listening, anyone out there. We are a nation of diverse peoples, ideologically, ethnically, racially, sexually, gender wise, everything, every categorization you could think of demographically. We are diverse. That word is not a bad word, it's a fact, it's a reality, it's quantifiable. It's something you can go, here's the demographics. We have a diverse demographics of people in this country. You got the black, the white, the Asian, the Mexican, you got Latino, you got people from, I don't know, let's just say Brazil, you got people from all over the world, you got people from Puerto Rico and Costa Rica, and you got all kinds, every country in the world is represented right here in this land. We are a diverse nation. And you cannot escape that. That's something that's quantifiable. You can actually go talk about it. You can count it. You can see it. The challenge is, is when abiding by the Constitution, if in the broad strokes of it, not necessarily the way it was written by the men back then, because it was written for white men, whether or not you believe it. That's exactly what it was written for. But more broadly, how it's been incorporated to represent bigger things and bigger pictures now. The challenge is finding ways to treat everyone fairly or equally, not equitably, but equally, without regard to any of those characteristics. But until we do get there, we have to find ways to make sure that it is enforceably done if we have to, without infringing on the rights of anyone else. Inclusion is the difficult part. But whenever somebody says they're opposed to DEI, the thing we ought to be doing is going, so which part of DEI are you opposed to? Tell me what you find offensive about diversity. Tell me what you find offensive about trying to be inclusive of every voice in this nation. So what's offensive about that to you? Well, they're going to say it takes away from my rights or whatever. No, it doesn't. If you're offended by someone else trying to claim their constitutional rights on an equal basis with what you have, then the problem is not them, it is you. But that's all part of this top secret Mudlick Road stuff we're going to talk about next week. Jamie, you got me on Sneaky Pete. Jeez. I do need to go. I've got to go to the store. I've got to make that reconnaissance run out of the holler, out of Mudlick Road. I'm trying to think of another name for this show in the daytime. And Casey Parks, a person who put together that Washington Post article, a story for me about what we're doing here. Really love that when she found out that I was from Mudlick Road. She's from Portland, yeah, Oregon. So I mean, it's really this stuff's really. I could go on. I better shut up. I got to turn the fan on over here and go to the store and all of that. Y'all have a great afternoon. I got to go check on mom.